Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the flight deck Captain Wilson speaking. Firstly, on behalf of our crew, I'd like to welcome you on board this flawless 195 World Tour service from Chisinau to Bucharest. This is flight 020 of 209. If this is your first flight with us today, then we do advise that you watch the explainer video first before you take to your seats. However, if you are a returning viewer, then we do recommend that you subscribe to the channel before departing the aircraft today. It is a night flight. I can't see much on the ground at the moment, but once we get the lights on, hopefully we'll be able to find our way to the runway without crossing, staying on the tarmac and finding the taxiway out might be a bit of a struggle here tonight. I didn't realise how dark it was, so I've just loaded it up now. And pitch black in Chisinau for the flight to Bucharest. So hopefully, for the sake of this flight, we can actually see something at some point. Hopefully I can see the runway coming into Bucharest. That is a real concern because it's not the main airport in Bucharest that I'm landing in. I'm going to Băneasa, I think it's called. I'm going to Băneasa, which there is an international airport a few miles north, but in the planning of the route of this world tour, I've opted to go for as near to the centre of the capital as I can. And in this case, I've gone for a more, shall we say, national airport than international. So I'm hoping that the runway lights are switched on and sufficient because we're in the middle of the night and it's looking like the middle of the night. So with that being said, we should be clear to taxi out in the next few minutes for a departure time of 1:20 a.m. Total flight time expected to be just over half an hour, so it is just a little hop across the border. I don't expect we'll get up to the full 39,000 feet. In fact, I'm expecting us to not get much over 30,000 feet before we have to start descending into Bucharest. I'll now begin our in-flight entertainment, which will be the music of Romania, which seems, on a quick YouTube search, seems to be of a dance/house music sort of a vibe that Romania's got. Who knew that? I didn't until about 10 minutes ago. So it's going to be sort of like a dance, it's like a DJ dance mix or something. So that seems to be the Romanian way. It's boom boom, it's party time in Romania apparently. So we'll see how we go. With that being said, if you do have any questions regarding the Flawless 195 World Tour, then please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the section below. And finally, I'd just like to say thank you for choosing Flawless 195 today. It's a pleasure to have you on board in the middle of the night. So thank you and enjoy the flight if you can see anything. But yeah, please do note as well the music will be switched off during takeoff and landing. So let's get into it. Bucharest, here we come.
Frumusețea noi despre chipul tău ea cuprinde întreaga ta ființă și sufletul tău dulce cunoștință de a iubi la nivel de știință. Iar eu la rândul meu încerc să duc iubirea mea la nivel de arte. Tu semnul exclamării, după urlet mi-ai cuprins existența toată. Iubire, tu ești cea mai bună versiune mea și acum iubesc doar din vina ta. Eu am fost născut doar ca să te ador, tu ancora mea prinsă de nori. Și am fost crescut deja să iubesc tot ce înseamnă tu când o să te întâlnesc. Iar acum exist în piele și oase, doar să ai un om să te strângă în brațe și să îmbătrânesc, să te iubesc poate, că o Eu am fost născut doar ca să dea dor. Tu ancora mea, prinsă de nori. Și am fost crescut deja să iubesc tot ce înseamnă tu, oriunde să te întâlnesc. Iar acum exist în piele și oase, doar să ai un om să te strângă în brațe și să îmbătrânești, să te iubesc poate o secundă mai mult de o eternitate.
Chisinau route flawless 19er flight. Back ready to taxi airport.
Eu am fost născut doar ca să te ador. Tu ancora mea, prinsă de nori. Și am fost crescut.
Taxi to and hold short runway 08 using taxiway
Please
flawless
pay
19er
attention to
flight.
illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and the brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency, leave all baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and clip together. Pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate it by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into this tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. The cabin crew can assist you with life jackets for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrests down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. Further information regarding your safety on board can be found in the in-flight magazine. We hope you have a great flight.
This is Floors 195 to ATC. Can we please get this airport support vehicle out of the way, please? I'm trying to taxi to the hold short on the runway. Let me see. I don't. Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's another Mexican standoff. I might have to go round him. We might have to back up and go round him. He's not playing ball. He's not playing ball, is he? He's not moving. So we might have to go around him. This guy better get his CV ready because he has lost his job. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for this slight delay. Mexican standoffs seem to be becoming a more common occurrence. I don't know if this is Moldova trying to stop this world tour, but Ukraine also tried to stop this world tour. Stockholm, Sweden also tried to stop this world tour. So, you know, people are trying to get in our way around this early stages of this world tour, but I'm not having it if he doesn't move in the next minute or so, we'll back up and go around him. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience.
Deja se iubesc, tot ce înseamnă tu până să te întâlnesc. Iar acum exist în piele și oase, doar să ai un om să te strâng în brațe și să îmbătrânești, să te iubesc poate o secundă mai mult de o eternitate.
So late again. Oh, tequila, I feel like lose my mind. This crazy ride. Don't believe what you say. You don't need me. Just give it and close your eyes. I can show you paradise. Put your phone away for the night. 'Cause I make my name ring loud in your mind. Don't know if I'll stay all your life, but I'll make you feel so alive. How you got right in my way. Don't know if I'm here to stay. I just can't help thinking of you. Since we're here, just let me love you. We don't stop till I have your heart. Just a tiny night. So baby, let me stay. Only for today. Locked up in your haze. I want came to play. The moment we say hey, oh what a cliche. Never felt this way. Wanna make you put your phone away for the night. 'Cause I make my name ring loud in your mind. Don't know if I'll stay all your life, but I'll make you feel so alive.
Chisinau Tower, flawless 19er flight at runway 08, ready for departure IFR to main ASA.
Flawless 19er flight altimeter 69.56 with 09er tree entry. Cleared for takeoff runway 08.
Cleared for takeoff runway 08, flawless 19er flight.
The moment we say hey, oh what a cliche. Never felt this way. Wanna make you put your phone away for the night. 'Cause I make my name ring loud in your mind. Don't know if I'll stay all your life, but I'll make you feel so alive.
Dincolo dei occhi dai, stăs cum să lumea mea. Dincolo de pieptul tău, și-mi bate din inima mea. Nu uit cu tine zi de zi, ca doi copii, nu-mi doresc decât să să fim. Cu tălpile goale, pe nisip sau pe iarbă, doar cu tine aș vrea să conjur lumea în vară. În brațele tale, că e iarnă sau vară, doar cu tine aș vrea să conjur lumea în vară. Cu tălpile goale. Să ne pierdem în Africa, să dansăm până în India. Toată ziua.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
Flawless 1905, contact Chisinau Center on 127.8. Good day.
127.8 flawless 1905. Goodbye. Chisinau Center flawless 1905 is at 1,900 feet climbing 10,000 feet.
Flawless 1905, Chisinau Center altimeter 29.56 radar contact. Continue to lift us.
răcoare, pe nisip sau pe iarbă, doar cu tine aș vrea să înconjur lumea toată în brațele tale, că e iarnă sau vară, doar cu tine aș vrea să înconjur lumea toată cu sărbile tale.
So just a quick update from the flight deck. We should just about get up to... sorry, the phone's ringing. Sorry, we should just about get up to cruising altitude of 38,000 feet. We'll literally bounce off 38,000 feet before coming back down. That's the current plan anyway. So yeah, well, it is a dance vibe. Romanian dance music. Get in. Hey, what did they say? Yeah, it's telling me to go with 38,000 feet anyway, so that's what we're en route to. So like I say, we just get up to 38,000 and then start coming down again is the current idea. So yeah, we should be down on the ground in the next half hour. So I'll speak to you once we're, well, barring any issues, I'll speak to you once we're down in the ground in Bucharest. All right, thank you.
N-am de ce să te ascult, n-am de ce să te mai văd că sunt bine cum sunt eu. Dar Doamne ce-mi place de mine, curajul să plec când stă bine, să ai viață bună străine, ai grijă de tine. Ce fac fetele când el nu mai e și sunt bine mersi? Pauză. De la iubire, pauză. De nebunii, știu eu ce fac fetele când el nu mai e și sunt bine mersi. Fac ce vor, fac ce le place, nu mai plâng pe melodii. Ce fac fetele? Ce fac fetele? Ce fac fetele? Ce fac fetele? Fac fetele? Ce fac fetele? Ce fac fetele? Ce fac fetele când el nu mai e și sunt bine mersi? Pauză. De la iubire, pauză. De nebunii, știu eu ce fac fetele când el nu mai e și sunt bine mersi. Fac ce vor, fac ce le place, nu mai plâng pe melodii. No drama, mama.
Cine te sună, fată?
Nu contează, hai.
Yeah. Знаю, хуя. Yeah. سمي خويا العزيز نوض لمي بلادي وبلادك عاد الحنا بيه نغني شكون اللي قال رحنا معطلين مخرين نظم فرشة حنايا اليوم سايرين مركي ضمير وعي نفسك ونوض تتعب ما فيها باس ناكلو الضمير كاملين كلشي غير يريديه اليوم ثم البلاد بعد ما نغسلو يدينا بالحنا كاملين بغيت بلادي تزيد لقدام ويطلع النور باش تهنى عليكم يكون كلشي مبشور يبدا الحنا غادي يكون عاد كل مغربي صاين النفس وقلبو حاصل سيدي عيالات واشماك حرة بالصغار تعالي رجال شباب اطفال اليوم كلشي ناوي غادي تزيد لقدام الاميه تزال كلشي قاري كلشي واعي فهمنا شي مثال بيد الحنا نحيدو الراشي والغاشي وبيد الحنا نحيدو العاطل والعاصي وبيد الحنا نحيدو الظلم ونعاونو المظلوم وعاد الحنا غادي يبان به المضمون الشيوخ زيديكم دعيو معانا النساء ردوا لا تمشيو معانا الشباب رصدوا بالحنا كلشي معانا ايديا في ايديكم مالكنا حاميكم باين حقي في بلادي باين بيد الحنا دايم عزي في بلادي دايم بيد الحنا عهدني وانا عهدك يا مغربي بيد الحنا بالنية نساهمو في التنمية بيد الحنا كلمة احسن من جوج بكلمة وحدة بديت كلامي بالمية حلم من احلامي بيها حن فيا نحن فيك نديرو تراك وسط هاد الزحام كبر وصغر كلشي يخدم ونزيد تجمع خطوة قدام كلشي يهز معانا الهم باش والعماد والخيم كنا نكونوا تاج عمر بحالنا ما كان ولا عمر بحالنا يكون عودنا على الشقا باش نخلي ولادنا يدوم بيد الحنا فوت المحنة واللي داز على راسي هون قبل اللي كانت المسيرة بها ردينا الصحراء اليوم التنمية ردوا بها الصحراء خضرا نديرو يد في يد بارك عنا من الهضرة باين حقي في بلادي باين بيد الحنا دايم عزي في بلادي دايم بيد الحنا عهدني وانا عهدك يا مغربي بيد الحنا بالنية نساهموا في التنمية بيد الحنا وخا ينسى بنادم ما يسمع وخا ينسى الفنان ما يبدع بيد الحنا وبد مغربي هاني بلادي ما ننساك وعايش بحالي وخا ينسى الدري ما يرضع وخا تنسى العين ما تدمع ما ننساك اخويا وما تنساني في نهار ديما معاك وكون هاني باين حقي في بلادي باين بيد الحنا دايم عزي في بلادي دايم بيد الحنا عهدني وانا عهدك يا مغربي بيد الحنا بالنية نساهموا في التنمية بيد الحنا
Now you're gone. I realize my love for you was strong, and I miss you here. Now you're gone. I keep waiting here by the phone with your pictures hanging on
What?
the wall. Now you're gone.
Is this Romanian, this?
Realize my love for you was strong.
Surely not.
I miss you here. Now you're gone. I keep waiting here by the phone
This
with your pictures hanging on the wall.
This is the first song of the entire world tour. Well, the entire, I'm not even 10% in yet. This is the first song so far that I actually recognise. This is a banger. There's no way this is Romanian, is it? Maybe they just shook this in because it's the general theme. Anyway, we have now begun our descent into Bucharest, Romania. Whilst it's a night flight, there's not really a lot going on view-wise. I'll just let you into our sort of judge the descent, if you haven't already guessed. A good sort of rule of thumb, what I've learned, I don't know if it works in all aircraft, all cruising altitudes, but certainly in this plane at 38 or 39,000 feet, what I'll do is at about 100 miles out from the runway, I will initiate the descent. Now, sometimes that can be difficult to judge when the route into the airport can be complicated. It can send you on a loop. There can be complicated zigzags in to the runway. And in those situations, judging 100 miles out from the final destination becomes more difficult. I have to kind of work out. I sort of imagine in my head if the green line, if I was to stretch it out as a straight line, when the runway is within 100 miles, we do start our descent. So this one's pretty simple. We've just got a sort of a 45-degree right turn before final approach, so it's pretty easy to work out where the 100-mile marker is. Then what I'll do, once I've initiated the descent, I'll then go on to this, which is basically zoom in, zoom out. So I'll put that to 80 miles, and then how I'll judge it from this now point of view, now we're a bit more zoomed in, is how I know that we're on course where we should be in terms of altitude is when we're 50 miles out, we should be at about 19,000 feet. So when we're 50 miles out from the runway, we should be about 19,000 feet. So if you haven't worked out, we've gone half the distance and we've lost half the altitude, so to speak. So what I'll then do is if we're bang on, if we're bang on 50 miles out at 19,000 feet, I don't need to, I'll let the plane level out at 7,000 and then sort of judge, because how I do it in two stages. So the idea is to go to 7,000 feet, have a look, perhaps level out for a few minutes at 7,000 before then judging we need to go down to then 3,000 for final descent. Now, if we are at the 19,000 feet point, I'll just let this talk to itself. At the 19,000 feet mark, if we're more than 50 miles out, I'll then tell the plane to go to 3,000 feet immediately, even though we're still 19,000 feet in the air. But telling it to go to 3,000 does increase the descent slightly, so it points the nose into the ground a little bit more, and it sort of speeds up the descent a little bit. Now, if we're too low, in other words, we're at 19,000 feet, but we're only like 40 miles out from the runway, I'll leave it at 7,000 and let the plane level out at 7,000 for a few minutes, and then once I feel we're ready to go to 3, which is basically just off experience. There's no real marker in my head. I just sort of have a rough guesstimate based on the 500 flights that I've done of when to sort of go from the 7 to the 3,000. And that usually lines us up for a final approach, and then we start looking for ILS, which are pink diamonds. So the ILS, I press this button here. Once we get, near to or within the final descent, within the final approach, I'll click this button here, which is LS, which is ILS. And then I'm looking for pink diamonds, especially there's one that goes across here, a pink diamond that comes across here. That lets you know that you're level in terms of left and right, so you bang on level with the runway in terms of how would it be, like north and south, you bang on that away. But really what you're looking for is the pink diamond that should come from the top of this bit here. So the pink diamond, as soon as it starts descending, I'll then cut to the speed, take that down to landing speed, which is 140 knots, and then by the time the pink diamond comes down to the middle there, I then initiate the final approach, which is this button over here, APPR. I'll then hit that, and it will keep us on that pink diamond, and that pink diamond is basically the ILS guiding us in. This is not always a foolproof system, but that's how, in a ideal situation, that's how it works. Now, sometimes the ILS fails and there's various issues, but as you can see, we're now approaching the 19,000 feet mark. We're still 65 miles out, so we're too low. So I'll let the plane carry on descending. I mean, if I was in a place where you've got a lot of mountains, I can't think of the correct word. If you're in a mountainous region, I can't think of the correct word, but if you're in a mountainous region, well, for a start, I wouldn't be doing it in the pitch black in the middle of the night. The VFR friend would be the VFR map on the top right would be my best friend, because that shows the undulation. But the undulation is not the word I'm looking for. So, I wouldn't be doing it at night if it was a mountainous area, because, well, I've made that mistake before and ended up in the side of a mountain. So I'm happy, because there's no big mountains, I'm happy to just let the plane come down to 7,000. Then what I'll do is I'll just let it cruise at 7,000 for maybe, in this scenario, I'm going to let this cruise at 7,000 for probably about 5 minutes before then going to 3. And once we're at 3, we should be pretty much lined up with final, and then down we come. Now, once we catch the ILS glide slope, which is the pink diamond that comes down to where my cursor is now, so the pink diamond rises from the top. Now, if the pink diamond, it comes in from the south, if the pink diamond's coming in from there, you're too high. So you need to be low enough where the ILS is above you, and then as as it comes down like that, you catch it basically. You catch it as it crosses this middle section here. You catch it, and then it'll guide you in. Now, from there, it is then a very steady descent. I'll then, once we catch the glide slope, I'm then slowing down the plane. The plane's slowing down. We start initiating the flaps. We go flaps 1. Then the plane, I think it about 220 knots to, I think 218 to be exact. I think at 218 knots, you can initiate flaps 1. And shortly after that, the landing gear. And then because I program it in to go down to 140 knots, so at about 218 flaps 1, then a 200-ish flaps 2, then about 180 flaps 3, and then about 160 full flaps for landing. And then I'm just looking then. Now the real altitude might be slightly off from the altitude that the plane's telling me in the green lettering. That might be slightly out if you're at different elevation from where you took off to where you're landing. That'll be off by, well, when we get into Nepal and Bhutan, that's going to be off by thousands and thousands of meters. As it is, we're flying around Europe, so maybe there might be 200, 300, 500 meter difference. But I have to be careful because that's not the gospel. This 11,300 feet, I might be 10,800 feet off the ground. So once we get into final, there's enough leeway where 3,000 feet's about 3,000 feet. So it's not too bad. Now we're approaching 10,000, so under 10,000 I put the lights on as well. That's standard procedure, so I'm going to put the lights on in a minute for landing. But yeah, there's a bit of information. I've sort of lost where I was up to. Oh yeah, that's it. So on final approach, once we get to about 1,500, I'll then go cabin seats for landing, cabin crew seats for landing at about 15. And then at 1,000 feet, I'll then take the autopilot off and then manually land the plane. So, yeah, just judging this now, I think I'm going to tell the plane to come down to 3,000 from here now. Yeah. But anyway, just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update how I judge the descents, and hopefully I've judged this one okay. I mean, to be honest, we've got a weird sort of a kink coming into final, which I'm not sure. Sometimes the plane will decide not to exactly follow. Like, as you can see with the pink, the VFR map top right, you see we're well off course. But that's when you've got a tight corner, a tight bend, especially coming into final. When you've got a tight bend, it will sort itself out and give you a wider in, because maybe the plane's not even capable of banking that steep, so it will come up with go off course where necessary. But yeah, we're now coming into 7,000 feet. I will initiate the 3,000 feet. Oh, hello, that's the wrong button. That was the wrong button. Yeah, so I'll now tell the plane to come down to 3,000, and in the next couple of minutes I'll hit this LS button, and then we start looking for the pink diamonds. But yeah, just a little bit of info if you are on board this flight. There's not a lot to look at in terms of a view, so just thought I'd take you through how the descent works. So yeah, and the music's not much to speak of, is it really? So you've not really missed life-changing music. But yeah, anyway, just a little bit of information. Hopefully be down on the ground within the next 10 minutes or so, I'd say. So yeah, speak to you when we're on the ground in Bucharest.
scoate urechea pentru recepționare. Audiovizualul în distanță prin distorsionare. N-am chef să mă exclud, dar atât de bine că mă aude și
Goodness me, this music really is dreadful, isn't it? Oh, listen, it's not against the rules to skip a song, is it? Right. Okay, I need to concentrate. I need to start zooming in on maps and things. So, yeah, speak to you on the ground.
Uneori te simt, mă întorc înapoi, fac poze prin timp, la fel ca în alte nopți fără somn, din dor de tine. De ce mă mai chem prin gânduri iar? Îmi pare un semn că nici tu n-ai uitat, la fel ca în atâtea nopți fără noi, acum mi-e dor de tine. Dar de data asta, chiar dacă-i vis, chiar dacă e real, ne luăm având, fugim departe, apare totul supranatural. Poate nimic n-o să ne mai desparte. Poate nimic n-o să ne mai desparte.
So, just a quick update. I have come down to 3,000 way too early, 10 minutes too early. But listen, it's not the end of the world. We're skimming off the top of trees, but you know we shouldn't hit anything. Yeah, we'll be down on the ground in the next 10 minutes or so. We should be starting our descent now from the 7,000 probably in the next couple of minutes. You know what I mean? We should still be at 7,000 feet here. Looking at now, telling the plane to do 3,000. You know. So I've come down to 3,000. I've been way too cautious with it, but you get the idea. You get the idea. But yeah, like I say, we're on the last leg of it. Speak to you soon.
Flawless 195, contact Bucharest approach on 119.415. Good day.
119.415, flawless 195. Bucharest approach, flawless 195 is passing 3,000.
Well, one thing I didn't mention about the descent is I said about the green figure there showing 3,000. You can't really see it. I mean, if I zoom in like this, you can see. So the green figure there of 3,000 feet, like I say, that's not gospel. That's, you know, could be out, like I say, depending on the elevation you were at the airport. This is based on the elevation that you were when you set off. So if the country you're going to is a much higher elevation, this is going to be way off, or if it's a much lower elevation, it's going to be way off. Now, but what is gospel is the pink numbers that come up just... Well, I'll show you. The pink numbers that come up here, once you get to 2,500 feet, that is gospel. That's real life, the numbers that start coming up here. But you can see the ILS is getting ready. So we can see the top of this pink diamond here. So as soon as this pink diamond starts traveling down, I then start slowing down the speed. And yeah, we get into this whole, once we start hitting 220, the flaps start coming out, the landing gear starts coming out. So yeah, we're just heading for final approach now. Like I say, I came down to 3,000 feet way too soon. Should have left it at 7,000 for 10 minutes or so. As was I sort of knew that at 19,000 feet, I knew that I was too low down, but played it over cautious. And but here we are at 3,000 feet for a quarter of an hour. Not ideal, not very professional, not very realistic, but we're alive, and that's the main thing. So yeah, I'll be looking for this pink diamond to start traveling down and then catching the glide slope. But yeah, just saw, we're 20 flights in. Let's give a bit of an, behind the curtain. Half of the stuff I probably talked about, you probably worked out anyway. If you have been watching, but yeah, just a little bit of information at 1:30 in the morning local time. But yeah, 14 miles east of Baniasa, or Baniasa they're calling it. I don't really know how you pronounce it. It's spelled Baniasa, but Baniasa might be the correct way to pronounce it. But anyway, yeah, for the third or fourth time I'll speak to you on the ground. But I just thought, oh, here we go, a bit of turbulence. Right, here we go.
I spin this wheel, it's ours to be home. Through thick and thin, you know our love stays so strong. A fire burning, an everlasting light. The light that's guiding us, all the path unknown. Never spell like it deny, but I feel.
And there you see the discrepancy. It's actually green lettering, but there you see the discrepancy. So on the right hand side, it's saying we're 2,700 feet off the ground. In reality, we're 2,200. So there's about a 500 feet discrepancy there. So, but the number in the red section there is the gospel truth. So there you go. Anyway, we're on final approach. So speed's on the ground. But I'm going to switch the music off now because we are landing at night as well. So I need to lock in for this one.
Clear to land runway 25 flawless 19er5.
Cabin crew seats for landing.
9.9.5 flawless 19.5. Goodbye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Băneasa Airport, Bucharest. Local time is 2:10 in the morning. Outside temperature 23 degrees. I'd now like to ask that you please keep your seatbelt fastened until the sign is switched off, and please ensure to collect all your belongings before leaving the aircraft today. If you have enjoyed flying with us, then we do recommend that you hit the like button on the screen in front of you now. And if you are getting a connecting flight to... Let me get my paperwork out. Let's forget the paperwork out. Bulgaria. Then stay tuned. Likely to be around lunchtime tomorrow to Bulgaria. The capital city, Sofia? Question mark, I think. Yeah, so Bulgaria tomorrow. So yeah, do be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications of the next flight. Finally, on behalf of Flawless 195 World Tour Service crew, I'd like to wish you a pleasant onward journey and thank you for flying with us today. And if you have been watching the descent, I've been going through how I judge the descent. So go back and watch it if you haven't. If you want a bit of information on how I'm doing this. The skill it takes is unbelievable. Pressing a few buttons at certain moments. But yeah, thank you for flying with us today. I've been Captain Wilson, and I will see you very soon. Also, just one final little note. There were no runway lights. Well, thankfully there was the initial... I don't know the technical term, but the initial lights to guide you in, but the lights dotted either side of the runway did not appear until the wheels touched down on the ground, which was slightly concerning. I was, you know, coming in blind when I was about 50 feet off the ground. We were coming in completely blind, and then luckily it was a smooth touchdown. As soon as the wheels touched down, then they decided to switch on the runway lights. Brilliant. So hopefully I don't get that kind of a glitch when it's a more technical landing. Luckily it was pretty straightforward. Nearly took a few tiles off the roofs of the houses right next to the runway. But other than that, you know, it was a smooth touchdown, kind of a blind one. And do you know what? Being honest with you, I did anticipate that, because like I said, when I was on the ground in Chisinau, in Moldova, I did think this could be a bit of a dodgy one, because it's a smaller airport in the centre of Bucharest rather than the international one that's 20 miles out of town. I opted to get to the nearer to the centre of Bucharest as possible. Therefore, I'm in a smaller airport, and therefore the you know, from previous experience, the runway lights is a bit hit and miss, and that was definitely a miss until we actually touched down and they switched them on. But it is what it is. We'll head to the gate now. So thank you for flying with us today, and see you for the next one to Bulgaria. Thank you for being part of this night flight out of the black into Bucharest. But that's about all. Thank you. I'll have one more tune on the way to the gate. If I can find a gate in this pitch black, I'll have a look. I'll zoom in on the VFR map and see if I can find a gate. All right, thank you.
See sâmbătă Vineri sunt club, baby, așa că nu Sâmbătă putem să ne